I don't know why I'm so inspired to record now that I can barely breathe, let alone talk. Hey, Assalamu Aleikum, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Fatima and I post Islamic reminders, girl chats, and some tips and life advice. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, please click the subscription button and subscribe to the channel so you guys can get more content like this, and we're going to get into the video. You guys can see from the title, the video today is about do's and don'ts of a teacher. Okay, number one, like with all things in life, go into your classroom with an open mind. It might be your first year teaching, it might be your 30th year teaching. Always start your school year with an open mind. The students you have no idea what they know, what they remember, and you just want to even the playing field and have absolutely no expectations, because again, expectations creates disappointment. Don't expect nothing. Just expect the students to be coming to class. Don't even expect that. Don't even expect that. Like, just no expectations, okay? For example, right now I'm teaching first grade, and these are the kids who grew up within COVID. So like the last 2 years of COVID, they were at home. Very few of them actually attended school online. Some of them don't recognize the alphabets. Some of them don't know how to hold a pencil. Others don't know how to stay in their seats. So I came in with the mindset that I'm dealing with zero experience in a classroom setting, and I'm okay with that. We'll learn from there. But don't set yourself up for disappointment by expecting anything. Don't try to be a mom. Like, obviously some students accidentally call you mom, so it's not intentional, right? Like, they see you so often. But try to establish that hierarchy, that you're the teacher and they're the student, and that you're, oh my god, I just remember this hilarious Korean scene. Anywho, you're the teacher, they're the student, and you want them to respect you as an authority figure, right? You don't want them to see you as a parent, and you don't want them to see you as a friend. I feel like even a friend is even scarier than a parent figure, because if they see you as a friend, no matter what you do, you can't reprimand them, you can't punish them with anything, because they see you as a joke, because you're always laughing with them. That's also something I did as a mistake in my first year, because my students at that age were just 2 years younger than my youngest sibling, so I saw them as my siblings. Like, they were really like within his age group, my little brother. Big mistake, big mistake. Don't do that. The next thing to do is to differentiate with your students. Not all students are cut from the same cloth. Just like adults are different in the workplace, kids are different in the classroom setting. You have kids who are really affectionate, who like giving you hugs or high fives, and you have kids who are very uncomfortable with that. You have kids who do well with verbal affirmations, and you have kids who prefer things like stickers and gifts. The sooner you learn your students' personalities and what they like and what they dislike, the better you'll get a grasp at classroom management. Classroom management is the most important thing in a classroom is the classroom management. If you can't control your students, you can't have a lesson, you can't do anything. And the way you can get classroom management is by understanding how each student works, how they work mentally, and what works for them. Because what works for one person won't work for another. And that's the same thing with students. What we don't want to do though is build fear in our students. Students do not work well in a fearful environment. They don't learn well, they don't grow, and they don't enjoy school. If they're scared of you, they hate school, they hate learning, you're ruining it for them. You're just ruining it. Don't. Please. I don't know why I say please, like y'all are gonna say, okay, we won't. No. Next thing we want to do is speak consciously. And here, I mean, be aware that what you tell your students, there's a 99% chance that one of those students are never going to forget what you say when it's something to them. Like when you're saying something inspirational, when you're giving them information, it doesn't even have to be academic. At this age, we're molding them. Like first graders, we're molding them. Up until high school, I feel like you're molding your students. Everything you say should be of value to them, and know that you are putting value in their lives. Like, don't think these kids, all of them are going to forget what you're saying. There'll be one or two of those students who will remember what you say forever, and I feel like one or two that are more than enough, alhamdulillah. What you don't want to do is talk to them when you're upset, when you're in your feelings, when you're angry, because sometimes you'll say something, and again, the same thing applies. Like, you say something good to them, they'll always remember it. You say something hurtful, they'll always remember it. Like, I remember in school I was a very talkative person. I wasn't mean, I wasn't bad, I just spoke a lot. And in grade 11, I remember very clearly, we were in bio, and I was talking as per usual to my friend, and my teacher was just done. She was like, I'm done. Maybe she was having a bad day, but this is what I mean by don't talk to students when you're in a bad mood. Like, it doesn't make sense. She snapped. She got up and slammed the table, and she's like, get up. So I stood up, and I was like, yes. She's like, you know, I'm gonna tell your parents not to expect anything from you. You're useless. You're always making jokes. No expectations. When I tell you the shock on everyone's face, I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was like, why would you say that? How could you say that in front of my peers? And I wasn't hurt by what she said. I was offended by what she said, because drag me all you want, but you're not about to do that in front of my peers. Like, I have a reputation, Bio. Don't do that. That's rude. I was so offended by what she said. I went to her after school, because one thing about me, I will call you out, but I'll do it professionally and I'll do it respectfully, because at the end of the day, you're my teacher. So I told her after school, I'm like, what you did was super unprofessional. I don't know about you guys, but anytime you tell somebody who's above you, like superior, teacher, boss, whatever, that they're unprofessional, it just cuts them real deep. I don't know why they hate that word, because it's a reminder that they need to fix up. So I told them, like, what you're doing is real unprofessional, and I don't appreciate it. Don't ever say that to me in front of my class. Like, you want to tell me something, talk to me privately or talk to me respectfully. That's disrespect. Meaning, more or less, that's what I said. But yeah, God forbid I was somebody who's like, whatever people say to me, I take to heart. Like, words hurt some people, you know? And if she said that to somebody who got offended by words, God forbid, they could have been really, really disheartened and hurt and like depressed, and you don't even know what could have happened. Because at the end of the day, you're a teacher. Some of these students are looking up to you. Don't hurt them. And alhamdulillah, what she said like rolled off like water on a duck's back. Is that what white people say? I don't know, but anyway, it didn't offend me. I ended up graduating with honors from high school. Then I graduated from one of the top universities of my country. So it was literally just, she said something mean to get off her chest. Do remember, you're a teacher. At the end of the day, you want your students to do well. You have 1 year with them. Who you need on your side are the parents. 100%. Get them on board ASAP. Make sure that they know what their child lacks and where they're weak and what they need to work on, because you only have the kid for so many hours in the day. When they go home, you want them to be supported by the parent. So make sure you're in contact with the parents and that you are able to tell them what it is that the kid needs to work on as soon as possible. Don't tell them by the end of the year, oh, by the way, your kid can't read. Like, that's too late. The parent is going to be like shocked, like, what do you mean my kid can't read? What were you doing with them this whole school year? Communication is key, especially with parents. But what you don't want to do is be communicating with them at all times. You're a human being. Outside of work, you're not working. Do not allow people to communicate with you 24/7. Establish boundaries and make sure that they know they can contact you from this hour to this. Make your office hours very clear. Let them know, if you're like me, you don't like being contacted on weekends, so let them know from the jump. Don't contact me on weekends. If you do email me on the weekend, expect a response the next business day. I will not be looking at my email on the weekends, so when I come into my workplace on the next business day, I'm gonna check my email and I'm gonna respond to you as soon as possible. Don't expect me to respond to you. I've already told you. Parents won't be upset with you. They know when to communicate with you, and they know what to expect from you because you've already made that stuff clear. Also, you're gonna have peace of mind, because if people are constantly contacting you for work, you're never gonna be able to shut off work. You're always gonna be working, even when you're home, and you don't want that. That's very unhealthy. And lastly, just remember that you're human. You can only do so much as a teacher. I know we want to do our best all the time and we want all our students to succeed, but if you're able to help each of your students at least 1%, like literally just change one thing from them academically or morally, like mentally, socially even, like if you're able to help them communicate better, if you're able to help them write their name neater, if you're able to help them with math, basic arithmetics, with understanding a science concept, with understanding a part of speech, even if there's just one subject, you taught them one thing, you've done a lot. And don't beat yourself up about it. You're not going to be able to do everything. You're not going to be able to cover every single thing on your lesson plan. You're not going to be able to cover everything in the curriculum, because high key, I feel like people just be adding stuff in that curriculum. Who is making the curriculums? I need to talk to them. Do you have the same amount of days I do? Are you on Mars? Are you on Jupiter? Because the days we have, it's not adding up. There's too many things to do on the curriculum, and some of these kids don't have all the information in their head already. I'm not gonna rant. Curriculum people, I'm gonna talk to you separately. This video is for us teachers now. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please thumbs it up, and please catch me on my next video. It's gonna be do's and don'ts of things to do in an office setting. So that's gonna be school and general workplace, what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.